Silo here, just so everyone out there knows, you don't want these hands right here. You don't want this smoke right here.
By the way, them saying it was quiet, I was looking at tickets if I were going to be out in L.A.
He lives there now. How's the house? No
right.
big deal. The beach.
I'd have to sell my house. They were $30,000.
Really?
Right? $30,000 for courtside seats. So then you got to have a friend that you like that much to spend 30 on, or a girl. And if it's early and you do that, then you're screwed because that's the level of her expectations. So I'm surprised Ravel didn't tweet that out, but that Ravel mention is worth like $3 million.
Metrics.
Yeah.
You tweeted that you didn't mind the fight.
No, I actually liked it. Here's why, okay? I think Harden's so incredibly frustrating to play against that Ingram's like, okay, look, he's awesome, his handle, his shot, but you guys let him travel, and it's always a foul on everybody else unless it's the playoffs. And I'm not saying, like, kids out there, that's what you should do,
right.
But I get why Ingram ended up getting mad and pushing him.
All right, now yes,
Okay.
I get it. You have been ride or die with Chris Paul forever.
Long time.
But you're siding with Rondo here?
This is really weird. I've not loved Rondo the last few years, and I've loved Chris Paul, even though I know what an irritant he is. But if Paul, okay, is going to stick his fingers in Rondo's face, Rondo wasn't screwing around here. We always make fun of these guys for not being able to punch. That's a great left jab. He got him. So I actually side with Rondo. Now, Chris Paul is already selling that he was spit on. Everybody's tweeting about it, real NBA reporters. But if we don't have footage of that, then if there's no actually being spat upon.
It's like a Seinfeld episode, right?
Right, the magic spit. But the Ingram punch at the end, that's
the
bad.
one.
That's what's going to screw him.
I was going to say, of all the things you're saying, you don't have any problem with anybody. I get that, guy. You can't put a finger in another man's face. Something's going to happen. But Ingram cannot
it's not
come
like
in.
Paul's not a bit irritating as much as I love him.
Well, and so is Rondo. Both those guys, like the fact that they're in the midst of it. And then there's some oddities. Here's Stevenson, and then obviously because of the friendship between LeBron and Chris Paul.
Well, the anti-LeBron mafia out there on Twitter is having a blast with the pictures of just LeBron with his arm around Chris Paul. But, that does happen where you're trying to calm the guy down.
Of course. You're trying to de-escalate something that has gone from 0 to 100 like that.
When I attacked Buccigross, you were anchoring with him. You put your arm around me. So.
Can't have that. Yeah, I can't have people coming at my guy. We're waiting to hear from LeBron. We'll get his thoughts on this. But I think Ingram's the guy that's going to be the one that gets the biggest fine because of what he did coming off the top rope there. We push back from that, if we could, for a moment. It's a two-game snapshot of what we've seen. What have you seen as it relates to what this Laker team is or isn't?
Not entirely surprising. A lot of moving pieces here, trying to figure out. I actually really like what the Lakers have done because I've been paying attention to the kind of the groups that they've put around LeBron.
You mean like who they play him with?
Yeah, like the starters, okay? Rondo's been very locked in. I'm worried about national TV Rondo because the first two games have been national TV. But Lonzo, I thought, was aggressive and bounced back. They're trying the smaller lineup with Kuzma, but they played two entirely different four-man units at two different times tonight. So I like what the Lakers are doing. And the other positive, despite the two losses here, is that I look at this roster, Scott, and I feel like the floor could be low on a few of these guys, but if you want to talk yourself into the best version, the ceiling of some of these players, this could be a really nice group. The problem is because it is so new, it is so young, and it's around this superstar, they're a mess defensively.
I totally agree that the variance is massive here, but I do think...
That's a perfect word for it.
But there'll be nights when they all sort of max out that they're going to look like $1 million. And then there's going to be other nights where they're going to get rocked by teams they probably shouldn't lose
The
to.
defense is a problem. And engaged JaVale McGee has been a lot of fun, but I think there are moments you look at it and go, he probably shouldn't have the second most shot attempts on this Lakers team, which he did up until late in the game.